Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the mysteries of the human mind, uncover hidden truths, and explore the darker sides of psychology. Today, we're about to uncover something truly chilling. We're going to explore the dark tricks that many people, organizations, and even governments don't want you to know about. These psychological techniques can be used to manipulate, control, and influence others without them even realizing it. Whether you're trying to understand the tactics of a manipulative person or simply protect yourself from being exploited, this is the video you need to watch. By the end, you'll have a deeper understanding of how the human mind can be swayed, and you might just see the world in a completely different way. So, buckle up and keep your mind open. This is going to be intense. Before we dive in, imagine this. You're sitting in a room and someone you trust is speaking to you, but in the back of your mind, a small voice tells you something's off. Something's not right. They seem too charming, too persuasive, and they know just the right buttons to push to make you do what they want. You feel the pull, but you can't put your finger on why you're so compelled. Sound familiar? What if I told you that everything happening in that moment isn't accidental? What if I told you that you are being manipulated by techniques so powerful, so subtle, that even the most trained professionals can fall prey to them? That's right. Today, we're diving into the world of dark psychology, where manipulation, persuasion, and mind control take center stage. Section 1. Understanding Dark Psychology. To begin, we need to understand what dark psychology is. This isn't some fictional concept or a topic reserved for crime thrillers. It's a very real and dangerous aspect of human behavior. Dark psychology is the study of manipulative tactics that exploit people's vulnerabilities, desires, and weaknesses. Unlike typical psychology, which focuses on helping and understanding people, dark psychology is about how to get what you want by influencing others, often without their knowledge. At its core, dark psychology involves manipulation, deception, and persuasion. It's about using knowledge of human behavior to control situations, people, and outcomes. But what makes these techniques so dangerous is their subtlety. Most of the time, the victim has no idea they're being manipulated until it's too late. Section 2. Manipulation Tactics. They don't want you to know. Let's take a look at some of the most common dark psychology tricks that people use every day, often without even realizing the harm they're doing. The foot in the door technique. This is a classic manipulation tactic where someone gets you to agree to a small request only to follow it up with a much larger one. They know that once you've said yes to the small favor, you're more likely to agree to the bigger one. It's a psychological principle called commitment and consistency. People don't want to seem inconsistent, so they go along with larger requests that align with their initial behavior. The door in the face technique. The opposite of the foot in the door technique is the door in the face method. In this tactic, a person will ask for something outrageously large or unreasonable, knowing you'll refuse. But the real trick comes after you say no. The manipulator will then ask for something much smaller, which suddenly seems more reasonable by comparison. You're more likely to say yes because it feels like you're making a compromise. Gaslighting. This is one of the most insidious and psychologically damaging techniques. Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your own perception of reality. They make you question your memory, your thoughts, and even your sanity. Over time, this can erode your confidence and sense of self, leaving you completely reliant on the manipulator for a sense of truth. Love bombing. Another dangerous tactic is love bombing. This is commonly used in toxic relationships where someone overwhelms their target with affection, praise, and attention to create an emotional dependency. Once the victim is hooked and feels validated, the manipulator can then start to control them, withdrawing the love and affection to manipulate their emotions further. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation used to control someone through neglect. By refusing to speak, the manipulator makes their target feel anxious, insecure, and desperate for communication. Eventually, the person will give in and try to earn the manipulator's attention, making them feel in control. Psychological mirroring. Mirroring is when someone copies your behavior, mannerisms, or speech patterns to build rapport and gain your trust. While it can be harmless in some situations, it can also be used to gain control over you. The manipulator mirrors you so effectively that you start to feel an unconscious bond with them, making you more likely to agree with their requests. Section 3. How to spot dark psychology in action. Now that we've covered some of the most common dark psychology tricks, let's talk about how to spot them in real life. Whether you're dealing with a manipulative boss, a toxic friend, or a suspicious stranger, it's crucial to recognize these tactics early so you can protect yourself. Unusual charm and overwhelming attention. One of the first signs of dark psychology at work is someone who is overly charming or flattering. If someone is constantly complimenting you or going out of their way to make you feel good, be wary. While genuine compliments are normal, manipulators often use this as a tool to lower your defenses and get you to trust them quickly. Inconsistency and mixed signals. Manipulators often send mixed signals to keep you on your toes. One moment they're warm and loving, and the next, they're distant and cold. This unpredictability creates confusion and anxiety, making it harder for you to leave or assert yourself. Subtle guilt trips. Dark psychologists are experts at making you feel guilty for things you haven't even done. They might make you feel responsible for their emotions, blaming you for their anger, sadness, or frustration. Over time, you'll start to internalize these feelings, feeling like you always have to accommodate their needs. Deflecting responsibility. Manipulators rarely take responsibility for their actions. When confronted with their behavior, they'll deflect, project blame onto others, or even turn the tables to make you feel guilty for bringing it up. This leaves you questioning your own judgment, which is exactly the effect they want. Section 4. Protecting yourself from dark psychology. Now that you know what to look for, it's time to discuss how to protect yourself from falling victim to dark psychology. These techniques can be powerful, but with the right awareness and strategies, you can defend yourself against them. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Your gut is often your first defense against manipulation. If a situation or person doesn't sit right with you, don't ignore that feeling. Set clear boundaries. Strong boundaries are essential for protecting yourself from manipulative people. Learn to say no without guilt, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from toxic individuals who use dark psychology tactics. Learn to spot gaslighting. If someone is consistently making you question your reality, take a step back. Write down events as they happen and compare your perception to reality. If someone is making you doubt yourself, that's a red flag. Surround yourself with supportive people. Being around people who genuinely care for you and have your best interests at heart can act as a protective barrier. Supportive friends and family can help you recognize when you're being manipulated and provide a safe space to recover from toxic relationships. Dark psychology is a powerful tool, but knowing about it is the first step to protecting yourself. These manipulation tactics aren't just used in extreme cases, they're a part of everyday life. Whether in relationships, the workplace, or even politics, these techniques are out there, waiting to be used on you. The more you understand the tricks manipulators use, the better equipped you'll be to spot them and avoid falling victim. Remember, awareness is your greatest defense. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who need to know about these dark tactics. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay aware, stay strong, and never let anyone manipulate your mind.